So let me ask about Stalin because you've done more research. As in another amazing interview you've had, um, the introduction was that you know more about Stalin than Stalin himself. You've done an incredible amount of research on Stalin. So if you could talk to him, get sort of direct research, what questions would you ask of Stalin?
I have so many questions, I don't even know where I would begin. The thing about studying a person like Stalin, who's an immense creature, right? He's exercising the power of life and death over hundreds of millions of people. He's making decisions about novels and films and turbines and submarines and pacts with Hitler or deals with Churchill and Roosevelt and occupation of Mongolia or occupation of North Korea. Or he's making phenomenally consequential decisions over all spheres of life, all areas of endeavor, and over much of the globe, much of the landmass of the earth. And so, what's that like? Does he sometimes reflect on the amount of power and responsibility he has that he can exercise? Does he sometimes think about what it means that a single person has that kind of power? And does it have an effect on his relations with others, his sense of self, the kinds of things he values in life? Does he sometimes think it's a mistake that he's accumulated this much power? Does he sometimes wish he had a simpler life? Or is he once again so drunk, so enamored, so caught up with chemically and spiritually with exercising this kind of power that he couldn't live without it? And then what were you thinking, I would ask him, in certain decisions that he made? What were you thinking on certain dates and certain circumstances where you made a decision and could have made a different decision? Can you recall your thought processes? Can you bring the decision back? Was it seat of the pants? Was it something you'd been planning? Did you just improvise or did you have a strategy? What were you guided by? Whose examples did you look to? When you picked up these books that you read and you read the books and you made pencil marks in them, is it because you absorbed a lesson there? Or did it really not become a permanent lesson and it was just something that you checked and it was like a reflex? So I have many specific questions about many specific events and people and circumstances that I have tried to figure out with the surviving source materials that we have in abundance. But I would still like to delve into his mindset and reconstruct his mind. The closer you get to Stalin, in some ways, the more elusive he can become.
And especially around World War II, you've already illuminated a lot of interesting aspects about Stalin's role in the war. But it would be interesting to ask even more questions about how seat of the pants or deliberate some of the decisions have been.
Mm.